The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council fell silent as Ambassador Michael Davis entered. Even the Nord delegation, with their perpetually vibrating vocal membranes, stilled at the sight of the human representative. The 7-meter-tall draconian council head, Lord Zath, shifted uncomfortably on his ornate throne. 52 species were represented in this ancient chamber carved from a hollowed asteroid at the galaxy's political center. For 3,000 years, the Council had maintained order among the stars. For all but the last 15 of those years, humanity had been blissfully unaware of its existence. Ambassador Davis, Lord Zath began, his translators converting his guttural speech to standard galactic. The Council recognizes Earth's grievance and offers its deepest. "Save your diplomatic platitudes," Davis interrupted, his voice carrying across the chamber without technological assistance. At 52, the former military commander stood straight-backed in his simple blue uniform, adorned only with Earth's planetary emblem, a small globe wrapped in olive branches. "I am not here for apologies or reparations," he continued. "I am here to inform the Council of Earth's response." Murmurs rippled through the assembly. The Arclight ambassador, a being of pure crystalline energy, flickered rapidly in agitation. 3 standard months earlier, the Varashi Empire, a mid-tier council member known for aggressive expansion, had attacked a small human research outpost on Europa, one of Jupiter's moons. They had dismissed the primitive human presence as insignificant, a minor obstacle to their mining operations. 147 human lives were lost. The Council had expected diplomatic outrage, perhaps economic sanctions. What they hadn't expected was complete silence from Earth for 89 days. No communications, no diplomatic envoys, nothing. Until yesterday. "The Varashi Empire has violated the terms of our entrance into the galactic community," Davis stated, his voice devoid of emotion. "As stipulated in Article 7 of our accession agreement, Earth reserves the right to defend its citizens and outposts by whatever means it deems necessary." Lord Zath raised a clawed hand. "Ambassador, please understand that the Council has already censured the Varashi Empire. Their diplomatic status has been suspended, and reparations will be. The time for Council intervention has passed," Davis said. "As of 600 Universal Standard Time today, the Varashi Empire has ceased to exist as a political entity." The chamber erupted. Delegates rose from their seats, translation devices struggling to keep up with the cacophony of outrage, disbelief, and fear. The Varashi Empire spanned 17 star systems with a population of over 30 billion. They possessed a fleet of 3,000 warships and planetary defense systems that had withstood attacks from even the most technologically advanced Council species. Ambassador Davis, the Moldorian representative, called out, his gelatinous form quivering. "Are you claiming that Earth has declared war on the Varashi?" Davis shook his head. "Not war. War implies an ongoing conflict. This was a response, a singular, decisive response." He reached into his pocket and retrieved a small holographic projector. With a tap, it displayed a real-time strategic map of what had been Varashi space. Every major military installation was marked with a red X, their fleet headquarters reduced to debris, their homeworld's orbital defenses offline, their government complex a smoking crater. "Impossible," whispered the Tellurian ambassador. "Your species has only had faster-than-light travel for 15 years. Your military technology was assessed as minimal." Davis powered down the hologram. "Your assessments were flawed." When humanity had first been contacted by the Council exploration vessel, Earth had been careful. While openly sharing cultural and scientific knowledge, they had hidden their true military capabilities. Technology born from centuries of humans fighting humans, refined to terrifying efficiency. "We came to the stars in peace," Davis continued, his voice softening for the first time. "We joined your council with hope. All we asked was to be left alone while we adjusted to this new reality. The Varashi mistook our peaceful stance for weakness." "What have you done to them?" demanded the Lorian ambassador, a reptilian being with iridescent scales. "Their military and governmental infrastructure has been neutralized," Davis replied. "Their civilian populations are unharmed. Earth has dispatched humanitarian ships with supplies and medical aid to assist during their transition to provisional self-governance. Lord Zath's massive form seemed to shrink in his seat. You destroyed a civilization that has existed for 12,000 years in a single day. We eliminated a threat, Davis corrected, and we did it without planet-wide destruction or civilian casualties. The Varashi people will rebuild, perhaps with better leadership. The council chamber remained silent as the implications settled over the delegates. Humanity, the newcomers, the supposedly primitive species, had just demonstrated military precision and power beyond what many had thought possible. Let it be clear, Davis said, addressing the entire chamber. Earth wants no territory. We seek no power within the council. We desire only peaceful coexistence and the safety of our people. He paused, making eye contact with several delegates before continuing. But know this, any act of aggression against Earth or its outposts will be met with absolute response. We have maintained various levels of technological concealment since our introduction to the galactic community, a precaution that has proven wise. The Arclight ambassador's crystalline form dimmed perceptibly. The council must convene an emergency session to discuss this development. Davis nodded. Of course, Earth will await your response. But as you deliberate, remember that we have shared only a fraction of our cultural achievements with you, our art, music, philosophy. We hope to be known for these things, rather than our capacity for warfare. He turned to leave, then stopped at the chamber's entrance. One final note, he said, his voice echoing in the silent hall. The Europa Research Station is being rebuilt. It will be completed in 30 days. It will have no defensive systems, no weapons, but it will be under our protection. His eyes swept the chamber. I trust there will be no further incidents. As the human ambassador departed, the council remained silent, the magnitude of Earth's wrath still reverberating through the chamber. The Nor ambassador turned to the Tellurian beside him. It seems, he said quietly, that we have gravely misunderstood our new neighbors. In the following days, diplomatic requests from across the galaxy flooded Earth's embassies. Trade agreements were hastily proposed. Military alliances were suggested. Cultural exchange programs multiplied. The humans accepted these overtures with gracious diplomacy, never referring to the Varashi incident directly. But throughout the council worlds, the message was clear. In the grand cosmic neighborhood, a new power had revealed itself, not through conquest or intimidation, but through a single act of precise, overwhelming retribution. Earth's wrath had shocked the Galactic Council. Its restraint terrified them even more.